Hey guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of the Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we are looking at Danger Girl number 4 and the World Fantasy Tarot, the Ace of Pentacles, the Mandragon, or Mandragon, Mandragora. I got Echidna wrong. I said that wrong like 50 times, and it was Echidna. And this is Mandragora. Not bad. So here we go. Danger Girl number 4. J. Scott Campbell, Andy Hartnell, Alex Garner on inks. And there's some other guys too on colors and letters and such. I love this. Every comic should do this. Every comic should have the previously on right here. And then you can put all your copyright stuff down here at the bottom. You know, they didn't waste any space in Mad Magazine either. There's no excuse to waste it in comic books. You only get so much space, right? And again, my only complaint with Danger Girl, and it's a significant one for me, I think it's a legit complaint. The colors are too dark. The colors are just too dark. They should pop out more. This should pop out more. I guess if you went too hard with the background, it would be too National Socialist, Deutschland Arbeiterparty. I mean, it is a lot, you know. Again, this time we have all the girls as the eye for the cliffhanger image. Abby's pants are ripped. She's getting dressed. She's questioning. This is a recap where Abby is questioning whether or not she's qualified to be on the Danger Girl team, whether or not they want her. This is good writing because a character should always be confronted with a choice. The main character should always be making a choice. And Abby right now, instead of being excited, instead of thinking about what happened, she's thinking to herself, maybe I'm just getting in the way. Maybe I'm messing up. This is great internal dialogue. This is great writing. And I suspect, I don't know if this is Andy Hartnell or Jeff Scott Campbell, but it's really, really good. More exposition recap. This names all the characters involved, what their strengths are. And Natalia, Abby just gets done saying that she thinks Natalia doesn't like her. And Natalia says, hey, Abby, I was really impressed with everything you did. I'm really happy to have you on the team. But don't tell everybody because I'm supposed to be a badass. That is a great 4-panel end to this two-page story. This is a 2-page story. This is Abby having a crisis of conscience about whether or not she's qualified to work with these experts. And Natalia, who's the baddest of the bunch, says, not only are you qualified, but I'm really happy you're here. That's great writing. J. Scott Campbell, Andy Hartnell, Alex Garner, Justin Ponser as colors. And I don't know if he did the other ones. I should look. Comics Craft, Dave Lampner's letters, Scott Dubier, I think that's how that's pronounced, as the editor. And look at this page of just, this is better than Michael Turner. I think J. Scott Campbell is a better artist than Michael Turner. Michael Turner can be more impactful, but Jeff puts a lot more on the page. Look at how many panels this has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 1, 2, 3, 4 little heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 panel pages and still room for gutters and a ton of text. That's 20 panels on 2 pages. And not one wasted line. Not one wasted line. This will be animated soon. AI, someone is going to give this to AI and AI will animate it. For all I know, there was a cartoon. I don't think so. I know I have the toys. I suppose I should dig them out before the end of all this. I gave away 99% of my comic book collection, sold some of it, but I kept the Danger Girl toys and the Usagi Yojimbo. I have a signed Usagi Yojimbo toy by Stan Sakai. So they had this guy, something Owen's house. Evan Owen, I think is his name. And Eddie Owen. And Major Maxim is holding him upside down. They want what he's got. And considering that this is where Charlie's Angels meets James Bond meets Indiana Jones, they're chasing artifacts, and that's Abby. Abby is like Tomb Raider. Abby is basically Lara Croft. Lara Croft has joined Charlie's Angels and is working for James Bond, and they are stealing Indiana Jones stuff. And considering the last one was a shield, and what this one is, they may be going after the armor of God or of Achilles. It'd be better if it's Achilles. If it's Achilles' magic armor. This girl is beautiful. She's Russian. Everything she says that's supposed to have an S or a TH as a Z. Zis. This is Zero. He was the guy who was jock and picked the girls up, picked up Sydney and Abby in issue 2. And he knows Deuce. Deuce is giving him some information. But in the meantime, back at Eddie Owen's property, he's threatening them, and they've had enough. Major Maxim has reached the end of his patience. He literally says, I've reached the end of my patience with you. I love the VHS sort of, whatchamacallit, light streaks. Maxim was a famous magazine in the 90s, so that's probably also part of why he got a goofy name. But it holds up. This guy's a badass. I don't know if he has a name. Zero is a ninja. I don't want to turn the page. I don't even want to talk. I don't really have anything to say today. I love this guy's face. They bust in. Look at how good the reflections are on the doorknob and the lock. There was a Rocket Girl page where she was opening a door and it was good, but it wasn't this good. They have found Eddie's trashed place, and then they find trashed Eddie. Valerie, however, almost gets garroted by this guy who's hanging upside down. I love the paper. It's not glossy. It's matte. This is the perfect comic. This late 90s, early 2000s, everything was perfect for comics. This is perfect for the printed medium. CMYK is different than RGB. Additive, light, and color is handled differently than printed, light, and color. It might just be an industry standard. In another world, you could have, RGB print, but that's not how it came about on Earth. So we have cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Look at how good his face is drawn. I mean, the girls are perfect, of course, but the guys are all unique. He's got a chipped tooth. That looks like Lockheed from X Factor or X Force, whatever it was. New Mutants, I think. So, considering the last one is a shield and this one is a helmet, they're either getting the armor of God or the armor of Achilles or the armor of someone. I really like how she sees the bad guys in the reflection and draws and fires at the same time. This is an absolutely perfect comic. The way what they wear, how they move, how they look, the camera placement, the backgrounds. The only thing I don't like is the lack of light in the colored work, in the final colored bit. I do like the reflections. There's a set of reflections right here that I saw that I wanted to say were really good, but I didn't. May as well go back. Right here on Natalia Castle, see the light blue and the reflections on Abby too. On Sydney, you've got them, the highlights. And it's really well done, but they should have injected more light into the background. Regardless, I love her outfit, her jacket. It says China Girl on the back, which I think was a big Broadway show back then, or maybe the David Bowie album, I don't know. Anyhow, this frame of her jumping through the air, Johnny Barracuda, a bullet bounces off of that just like the bullets bounced off the shield. She gets grabbed by Major Maxim through the wall. Man, I'm just going to shut up. Look at how this leg comes forward and that one is going back. This is great. Sydney, he's about to, she catches his hand. Abby gets off a bunch of shots. Sydney goes for a ride. I love the bad guys' Cobra sort of military outfits. The beret with the mask. Major Maxim is about to step on Abby on the last panel. And look at how many panels we get here. 2, 3, 4, only 5, but 1, 2, 3. That's just 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hitting him with knives. Somehow they fire these, which don't cut her wrists off. They just catch them. Natalia's beautiful. Natalia is Valeria. And she's not the exact same as Abby. And Sydney Sweeney is not. Natalia's face seems longer and thinner. Abby's face seems wider at the cheekbones. Sydney's face seems wider at the jaw. And I'm not looking at them right now. I'm just doing this by memory. But when we see a picture of them, whereas Valerie's face is apple-shaped. There's nothing to say. Well, I suppose we should count the panels here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 panels. And every one of them has everything that it needs in it. It's a full panel. He cuts off so much, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't need to see the whole helmet. They've got someone slung over their back. Is that Sydney Savage? I think he's got Sydney. Her whatchamacallit's still tied to his wrist. Her whip. So he pulls her over. He's about to stomp Abby. So where's Sydney in this panel? They've got the helmet, and they've got Sydney. That's Sydney Savage's butt. And now he's gonna fire up something called the Destructonaut. And that's what's coming next. So here, this is the Russian girl. She's threatening them. She's got Valerie hostage and Eddie Owen, and Abby's hiding. But then the Destructonaut smashes into the house and drops a bunch of timbers on the redheaded Russian enemy girl who's working with Major Maxim. This is the Destructonaut, which looks like a hiss tank out of Cobra, G.I. Joe, and it's literally pushing the house off a cliff. So this is where we get the studio name Cliffhanger. Abby, and everyone is freaking out. That's a Luger. She's still got it. She fires. I saw this gun earlier too. Natalia gets hit trying to rescue Abby. I love how Natalia dresses too. And she falls down. She's bleeding. What is that? Oh, something under her hand. Oh, this is broken house. And then the house gets pushed off the edge. I think Natalia's up here, and this is the half that Abby is in. How will they survive this cliffhanger? Cataclysmic cliffhanger. And this is so good. You don't need ridiculous costumes. Pretty girls don't need costumes. They just need clothes. They don't even need clothes. Better off without them, but a bunch of fan art. This guy looks like he made his own toy. I like that one a lot. That's not so bad either. MegaCon. I wonder if they did a special ad for Danger Girl and for like, you know, other, well, I don't know if these guys had regular books coming out, but I bet they did a special ad just for Cliffhanger Comics. Danger Girl number 4. Hey guys, so we were just looking at Danger Girl number 4. Again, perfect book. Just could have used a little more light, a little more brightness and contrast to pop the figures out. Unfortunately, we don't have this one in pencils. Ooh, look at that panel. It was nice yesterday getting to look at issue number 3 in pencils. And tomorrow we have this cover, number 5. Heavy chase. So today's conflicted card is the, what is that, the 3 of spades. And this one says, Gordon, during the collapse, a lot of shop owners are closing their businesses and he needs a bunch of supplies. It doesn't say what he needs. It doesn't say what kind of shop owners are closing their business or what they're doing with the inventory. It's written in such a way as to ask you is, would you engage in looting of business owners' shops? And absolutely. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. And in the end of the world, you know, it's a world without rule of law. It's a world without consequences. So there is no more businesses. There's what you can hold. That's it. I mean, that's just reality. Today's episode is brought to you by Legacy of a Mad Scientist and the Legend of Ashley Fox. My science fiction fantasy novels available on Amazon, Smashwords, and right here on YouTube for a limited time only as audiobooks. I am nearing the completion of my 3rd novel, and I've been doing a lot of artwork. I drew for a while last night. I did not write a new chapter. I wrote half of a new chapter. I wrote the beginning of a new chapter. But yeah, so this is my comic with a good friend from animation school, J.R. Silla. His link is lachatoproductions.com. I believe it's in the description. This is in the description as a PDF. We have colored some of it. You can see some of the colors in audiobooks. that are linked to this channel. But also we had this card, the Mandragoria, which is a man-eating plant, I presume. So in terms of what's going on in the real world, I don't have anything to say about anything right now. So I have been thinking about this channel and what I'm doing here and how I'm posting every day, and how that in some ways it dilutes the value of these videos, but in other ways there's only one a day. So Dan Corrigan posts every day, and I don't usually watch his skate videos all the way through, but they're always good. They're always the same caliber of good. His videos are awesome. I watched one of Chris Joslin today out at El Sereno Skate Park, videotaping some kids doing tricks down in like 4-stair or 5-stair. And he gave one of them a board, which was also pretty awesome. So there's a lot to do. There's plenty to keep you busy. All right, I don't have anything. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.